this is it, guys, the final level of Painkiller on Trauma. Tower. Now the boss you're going to be fighting in this level is none other than Alastor himself. And he is pretty tricky. He is the right-hand man of Lucifer, and he is not to be messed with. Now the first thing you want to do here is grab all the ammo. You are going to need it. This level is very challenging on Trauma if you are not using tarot cards. In fact, I'd go so far as to say this level is nearly impossible on Trauma if you are not using tarot cards, because this level kind of expects you to use tarot cards. Anyways, there he is. He just popped out there, but yes. He will basically pop out at some point and he'll kind of glide across the map, and you want to shoot him down when he does, but you want to be careful that he doesn't pop out right next to you. There he is, Alastor himself. He is a giant flying demon, and, well, for now, because we're going to be fighting him on the ground. But first, Alastor will smash the ground, and if you are in the wrong position, you're going to take a lot of fall damage. Now, the trick to this level is by using the actual pillars, and, well, that's the thing. You can't see those pillars, so you want to land on the pillars so that you don't take the fall damage, because if you take the fall damage on Trauma without tarot cards, you are dead. So you want to minimize the fall damage by landing on those pillars, and it's very difficult to tell when those, like, where those pillars are. So yeah, this pillar is where you want to go, right next to the armor. Just pay attention to where I'm moving towards to minimize the damage you receive from fall damage. And yeah, basically you want to keep close to him and keep bunny hopping around him, but make sure you don't get hit by his feet, because you'll take damage when you do. But just keep close to him and just keep trying to turn around so that you're behind him at all times. But be careful, like, if you're too close to him, yeah, he will hit you. And just keep shooting the whole time, and eventually he will run out of health. But if you're too far away, he will try and, like, do like a ground pound attack or a fire breath attack, and you do not want to be hit by that. As you can see here, he's just hitting you with that fire breath attack, and it is lethal. But once you get to the bottom, it's more straightforward from this point onwards. This is where the fight, well, this is where the real fight begins, but at the same time, this is probably the easiest part. The hard part of this fight is the beginning, because you have to deal with the fall damage and not get hit too much. Once you do make it down here, you want to grab all the ammo boxes around the edge and grab all the health, because you are going to be out of health. I don't care, you are going to be low on health. There's no denying that. You are going to take damage in this level, no matter how good you are. It's impossible not to get hit in this level unless you are using tarot cards. And if you are using tarot cards, well, you're probably watching me and thinking, why the hell is this taking this guy so long? I killed this guy in like 2 minutes, which you pretty much can. Like, you can kill almost every boss in 2 minutes with tarot cards, but what's the fun in that? I want to do a real fight, and that's why I'm not using tarot cards for this. And believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever attempted this boss without tarot cards. Now, in my original walkthrough of this game, which was non-commentary playthrough, I actually used Last Breath against him just to survive the final fall, which is a tarot card that basically brings you back to life if you die. And it brings you back to life. I think it's 33 health that you get. Well, that's what I had at the end, but regardless, I didn't use it this time around, and yeah, this level is tough, but at least it's not as long as Babel, or Forest for that matter, so it's not as long as those levels. But yes, once you get to this section, as you can see here, you should do what I'm doing really, but he will shoot fireballs. You want to make sure that you use the pillars to avoid them, but keep shooting stakes at him. It's the best way of dealing with him at this point, to shoot the stakes, because the stakes deal a lot of damage to him, and mainly because of the extra burning effect that deals more damage over a longer range. So yeah, he's pretty easy to hit as well, because he likes to stand still while he's shooting his fireballs, but you want to make sure that you're careful not to move in like too close to him in the first section. You want to be careful of those fireballs so that they don't hit you, because you really don't want those fireballs to hit you, because if they hit you, you're going to deal some nasty damage, as you can see there. And that's why I'm at the back, like behind the pillars, so that he doesn't hit me with that fire attack, and so that he doesn't hit me with his fireballs. And you just want to constantly move while you're using the painkiller. You don't want to stop, because otherwise you'll be hit by the fireballs. But as you can see, when you do decrease his health, he will leech health from the statues, and that's why you want to go onto the inside and basically kill as many statues as possible. But then you want to go back to going around and shooting him from afar with the Stakegun. And eventually you will find a good position to deal with the rest of the statues so you can kill them all in one go, because it's difficult to hit all the statues like from like the edges, and it's better to kill them all on one side and then deal with the rest of them like when you're right next to them. And you want to finish him when you're right next to the towers so that you can kill them or destroy them before like he regenerates enough health from them, so that you can destroy them quickly mainly. But yes, just keep firing, keep dodging his attacks, and don't get too close to him because this guy is lethal. And make sure you are lined up with the towers before you finish him, or the like statues before you finish him. Because if you're lined up with the statues before you finish him, then you can finish off the statues quickly and end the fight a lot quicker. Because once all the statues have gone, it's just basically just finish the boss. I really do like this boss though, even though it's a bit of a dick move that you have all the fall damage and all that lot. It's pretty awesome how you have a 4-stage boss fight, and it's a simple boss fight. It's pretty easy to know what to do. You just shoot the statues, but at the same time, you just shoot and hit him. There's no gimmick about it. You just shoot and hit him. Like, why couldn't the Swamp Thing boss have been like this? But anyways, yeah, just finish off the statues and then the battle is over and Trauma has been completed. There you go. Now you can basically Demon Morph spam him if you want. But that is the end of Trauma, and that is the end of the game on Trauma. And that's the end of the game. That's the end of Painkiller, or at least the Trauma playthrough. Now, I'm going to be commentating over my original walkthrough for the rest of the game. So, yes, you will be seeing Chapter 5 on Nightmare difficulty. I will show it, but that's basically the end of the recordings for me. So, I'm glad that it's over because, believe it or not, I had a tough time recording this game. As much as I love playing Painkiller, and it's been a lot of fun playing through this game, recording this game has not been fun. I've had a lot of problems recording this game, and you probably have noticed if you saw my "This is why I don't use Fraps" video. Yeah, I used 3 different recording software for this game. I used Fraps, I used NVIDIA SharePlay, and I used OBS, and OBS turned out to be the best one. However, I had to record this scene with NVIDIA SharePlay for 2 reasons. One, OBS freezes when, like, the cutscene freezes when OBS records, so I can't record the cutscene. And as for Fraps, well, the frame rate just goes into single digits. So, yeah, you didn't want to see that. But as for the as for Nvidia SharePlay, like I had problems with that as well, because the cutscene, the ending cutscene, just went all weird when I used it. So yeah, eventually I managed to get it to work with Nvidia Share, but man, it was a pain in the ass. And yeah, rest in peace, John Saigon. He's passed away recently. Very sad. But yeah, this is the end of Painkiller's Trauma, but it's not the end of Painkiller. This is the true ending, even though it's kind of not the true ending, because Battle Out of Hell carries on after the other ending, which you're going to see soon enough. But yeah, that's the end of Chapter 4, and the end of Painkiller on Trauma. The rest of Painkiller, you are going to be seeing my original walkthrough of the game, which, yeah, it's going to be a little bit different to my Trauma playthrough, and it's also going to be lower quality as well, but I don't really feel the need to have to go all the way back to record Painkiller in Nightmare difficulty just to show Chapter 5. I'm just going to use the videos that I already had of Chapter 5 on my YouTube channel and give them commentary, because I think that's the best way of doing it. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed Trauma, and I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough so far, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it if you haven't already seen it. But yes, that is the end of Painkiller. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.